very, very smooth. And the reason from information a technical team in the mind is Facebook yes some update be ama affect streaming no inti obesha streaming in very very smooth but we have alternatives call YouTuber just search for Asempa Plus on YouTube hono streaming is very smooth ubetimi ahye wo ho enti Kwesi Michael Forsberg or say Obi, you guys should check your network and a network challenge a problem from Facebook out of our control really in the mention and so and my Theophilus Aqua I get you see your internet keeps cutting Obi it's not stable it is not the internet as I've said update Facebook and my those challenges into modebe na more useful alternative na ye at the moment which is YouTube. Uko YouTuber Asempa Plus on YouTube. And as you type Ekosiisen saying ubetime your live streaming on YouTube na washe and also be boying papa. Uben Radio there, just tune into 94.7 or any of our affiliate radio stations from Tamale to BBNE into ABC Radio in Tamale, Kan FM in Salaga, Storm FM in Sunyani, and that's all in Japekrom, Iriase FM, Royal FM, all in Wenchi, Akomadan Cruise FM, Oko Brekuma Grow FM, Obuasi PZ Radio, Ubesen call Fenso Time FM, Asantia Chemagogo, Yawa Dancia FM. Uchem Bakoforudia Afima Radio Oko Jokwa in Central Region so Bankam Radio Western Region here was Sera FM in Takrade and Ochiame FM EOBBN. Amanonin stations no Dorso in the US of A. Golden Radio is in Worcester, Hope for Life Virginia. And all the other radio stations are firing in the US of A from New York to Chicago. Over UK and so Abawa Radio, Amansan Radio, Golden Beat Radio, and Naspa Radio, and a Winners Radio. Omunyana are firing live. Belated birthday to my dad, Reverend Kwabena Bafo, aka Sagacious, of the Bread of Heaven Ministry in London. Yesterday was your birthday, and I wish you the best of life. Chrissy Reynolds, going out to you, Reverend Kwabena Bafo, aka Sagacious, Bread of Heaven Ministry in London. Belated birthday to you. But one thing, and me pesa ye share a year. Yes, in some see our Kasoa na yedi hu nkomo. I report what actually happened. Enra yede de course so ewo court ebremo. By so ha and the aka and anu yakan wa ha say we don't have to miss this opportunity as a country. Problem bar ujina problem so the reforms ebe the new policies bar ebe so sanyo mananu going forward. And the bianu yenya similar issues in other parts of the country. But this time it has to be different. Kasoa tells us all is not well, really, with the youth of our country and the moral fiber of this country. And you see a penny for my sibre. And the person who you say, oh, Baba, Babema, we're doing 18 years into a teenage, and also a teenager. Na ebia wo men no hwere na catches on fa ni radio into Asempa FM in komo aye be den pese teenagers nyina etie bi awofo nyina entie bi enuanom mpanyefo ema mema mu nyina mu ntie bi guardians mu ntie bi. We've put together the best you can find anywhere in the world to discuss an issue like this, and for the next 2 hours no ye be this anko ye we are near the discussion segment na to so na ya sorry, but this is a very very important conversation. Sir, what does Kasoa and what happened in Kasoa mean to the youth of this country and where we want to take our youth? And on komo aye be hwe na yetimere. I'll tell you who will be part of this conversation in a moment, but ma yenna yenaboafo no nso ase in the sound of our time. One very critical segment on this show. Agbeve Herbal Center Boyen, Amponsa Ifa Pharmaceuticals, and a Momo Milk, and a Yara Ghana, Umunyana Boyen, the idea no bremo. May hear some segment, so your EcoBank Ghana, Sasem Pharmaceuticals, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Rockstars Roofing Systems, 21st Century Clinic, that's the sciatica expert, and Ostec Properties, in Sassi Room, also boy, you may hear some segment, no, Ebremo. Interviews I hear on this show, and also having insecticide spray and coil, and Napa Foods, Hepa Plus Mixture, Consolidated Bank of Ghana, and a Mutlu Battery, also boy, near the bro. And some discussion segment, no, Franco Trading Enterprise, Phone, Papa Pafie, TCL, the Creative Life, and a Dependable Herbal, Omelade Adom Malakio, Abejaso, and your Global Lighting Center Limited, in Kania Papa Fee, Omonso Ebwayen, and your discussion segment, no, Ebremo. And the best when it DMO Mobeshan and Swana, Asidabi or Mumwayen, na Yemfama Sayumekui, or Mwashon Kwa. Omode Ebwaye we Ekosiisen so enti se na maka na ye di nkomo na nkomo ehia se obi biara ebeyi na som etie bi very 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 important na ye nyina ye nhwe na ye nkasa na ye mpe asemi pomasibre. Kasoa tells us say there is a lot wrong with our society, and I am shishia memewo the youth of this country, the youth of this country. Yate se 10-year-old na ne hukodi edwemu emma ono ane namfofo teenagers eku no for money rituals no. Yesie no enne. Kofi ejewa homa no so Kofi akwa abanetsen.
Obi bejozo.
Yesie abrante na wie.
Meno kasa de omaya mambre ni amande nyina akata abranche na chikwa kwa be sima be eduntamwani ana omo de abamu ana kwa asiye adase makwa kwa hie no otu je no obi ya hosham ejanze the whole community ni nyada na ebutu ni nyana che esu ani awa kwa mra omo de heisa na ze ambulance refa efri police hospital edne PM ewo ha say no che awehosem na yi abrante no na free car no mudi na wura fie ho na kase obi esu ni de any day ya join the tuba how they are to say wu na kwama mfo wi de mpa obi say taso e bia na se mpatamu e bia bona fese mo ha nipa wu de bia nipa wu bata kwala we wu no kwan of pass wu ye no ate ewura manfo mu na ahia manfo tanse uhwese de kwan pass wa mu akwala na ayawa ho sem ti ba obi esu ni jajo de penbo we na be pie mu amanyofo ni asofo ni chibi manfo ni embelefo de be na be pie mu a timino ka sai omo de akwala ya kata na chinkra kwa tanse enu kwa se che emo na che no esu no edosu timino ka sai de omo de ba edi be sima be di asa eno mo ye awufusum eye bibia kama ana mo akogya kwara na chikwa obi
mete wo voice ne mo se nzusun bia na
obi ye stories but and story we no we ni pem oje kwaya from fast to akwara na ye stories wa but we see isu no ma menu su no ha ezi ni pa because faneze unia na miami ni na be ba ka me faneze so it tells you emotionally nyina no ase obi aye basa na oba ha enyina obi a emu we say mood na ekoko mo obi
younger na say we na kramofo awufo som no mo ye meboa pepe wow asem kese inti na yenim se ne papa nte Kasoa ho ba obai meboa
papa de pita kwala wu ye nya dia okọ o tiro je no ha o me ha kura enti pita kwala wu ye no eza no papa no ba Saturday or ba Friday enyimre ade che Saturday o mo ye ti eno me kama enti ono na fa na ana o da wa le benya ne sene ba na enti pita sara le papa no nkoe o da so ha no si a o hete be kata akwara na chika na wa tete na yire so le kata sana obekọ awakọ njobi oba abusia ni nyina ni community nyina obeka se sabi ni pakasi ya pa bia pani ba akwara ni wo
na nti ono na meba o ono le yede na to stretcher so yi Mamenkai Omoa 8 year me pacho say Oshe Hawa because Kofi Eji report aye and then the voice no to say Kofi Eji be me nso ba Kofi esu wo pese wo hu Hawa nipa esu ewo Kasoa ho ebra yekosi abrante ya Kofi ebo modern HR videos they are sending yen and it's a terrible sight. I mean Oshe Hawa manfo esu ewo Kasoa me pacho bra asempa 94.7 FM ye page on Facebook ne bra be bi enne said the medical ka ye streaming no enye very smooth but mo manage emfa MIN Facebook update bi into affect in streaming no mo managing in kakra emfa MIN to sha ye normal streaming level no we no enya enru ho by best mo say mo me yen in kakra at least ye nyina yentimi enhu but there is an alternative we call YouTube there it's smooth the streaming is smooth on YouTube Asempa Plus on YouTube we betima hwe ewo ho and this is Kasoa and what's happening there. Terrible situation. Kofi, kasa no na me hu videos na afi na videos na ba na afi na me hu a picture of what you are saying. I mean nipa so a esu ema ha ya Kasoa he fa poti ni. Hello Kofi. Hello. Oh, too bad. Do you work the lines and get Kofi J back? Now, you know area, but bra Facebook na bra be share videos nibi. It's sad. I mean, I don't know. Said the okano nipa bebre na wu Kasoa, but this has really shaken the town. It's a shaky one. Pa. It's really shook the entire Kasoa town. Ma yenhwe hawa nioma ABC akoba we'll get Kofi back menim say waba na afi yene no enwie na yentoa so nti say utie na nso wa adwencha I don't know where you are ebia nso ben Kasoa you have an opinion ubetimi e de abrain na yahwe akan while we get Kofi Eji. But I mean Kaimo say the makasi ye baby di and komomeka say Elder Amos Kevin Anan Ewaha Medicare ka say we've put together probably the best panel ubenya anywhere in the world to discuss this issue and yebe broaden no enye Kasoa is only symptomatic of a bigger problem affecting our society and the moral decay over the years and yebe broaden conversation they share the issue of betting, the issue of get rich quick. I mean that whole attitude and all the relevant stakeholders will be a role will play and in common was here Elder Amos Kevin and Ewa Hawaii Juma with the youth of our country for over 21 years 30 mum maybe I make 21 okay over 30 years working with the youth in Ghana into Ope will be a in-depth knowledge about these issues on the phone no yene Richmond Kwame Frimpong ebedi enkomo said no Richmond has been one of our go-to persons about issues involving the youth a life coach and a global convener of Africa's biggest youth empowerment summit. Your friend Exit Strategy Summit. And so far, no reach over 1 million youth at the secondary and tertiary levels in West Africa, Southern Africa, Europe, and the UK since 2007. And Richmond would also join us on the phone. Yene, another PhD candidate. No, he's now a doctor, but a PhD thesis, no, or a criminologist now. And the PhD thesis no Oyusu Kasoa as a case study. Crime levels in Kasoa. And he has a lot of insight to give us. Do we have Kofi Eji? Okay, I'm told say Kofi ahoma no entuto mo papa ba yenyana would go back na afia to mama Elder Amos Akwaba na pom to saying.
Meje also obi
bibi ekoye.
Nyame adom ne mo mpai bo asomdwe ho.
Yada nyame ase. As a parent, what stories be say I am share because we show about maybe 10 years now ulusuno in that way. I mean, ne papa ne kra na I'm trying to imagine the ebekoso e wodi tumo free otia be srebusia mo di area no power kwakoda you been your name was that should be heart wrenching.
Yema busiano nyina yako. Ena empo emrantie mienu asabre yache won yabon kwedu se won asa aturenchem kese etese na nam won so aba abedua asa busia we mu no so wen busia no so yema won kose esanse me wareshe mu se won anso daye se bibisa betumi enam won maso aba beto obi ebusia me kaibra isano ye bobo committee for na say obi eye eniamo ho eye ne traso na opra obi na se ekonipa no efia ye hu sana ebusia no wa koma to me sorry na metie ebusia no na metie agya no metie no na to me so pa esanse ose ne ba no efre no e wo phone to ne di nkomo na ka chense da brana beni endi Easter ena ne papa ne se obeba ena ose ansa na nkomo ni bewie no busanse na die na wasiesi o nachi ena ose kosia
akola na ka chere papa so obema no kosia
no ka chere papa so odikosia ena no krenso odikosia no o ma ne mama ye kosia na adwuma no
wow
eba edisiesi ne papa chi nti eno kire se abofra no na nani eda so ne papa no ebedi ehia edi nkomo na se amansa na se atorenchem kese etisa etimi beto ebusua na eye breachery kese pa na ufri honso a se we na we jana oba ya chino se wakoye sa de we mitie emrantie mienu no so ba ko papa o se ono ano chi ne ba no
ene ne koma police
ode ne koma police se ne wa ye die ontumi nwane emehye na tabans ode na ma police hwe ahomtie na eja ana ode be yesa se me bai machi no me de na ma
police for
penifo se mo ne nimra no ni ebeto eja ana iso so bedwene empotemo ote amanfo nsusun a obenya afa no ho ensem keka Ghana nso de aka yes they say yenimne aye oman yi na nkrofo eda wano adane apawa de bia ye bo bedin ye bo nso aye mbo oba no nko adin ye bo weja ena ebisi wonim ematete na mpenifo ne ka asem se wonya babone a
wo se onko na
wonim matete etore bia ye pentem bo awofo so bo se one year say as for the nkamihu yanka wo say ye de obia wo ho adwene enti onu a ko gina sa jabie no ohia moa psychologically wona adwene mu na tinkam ni susu yina no sabusia no so nya moa ansa na mrantie no wo fekuo aye mrantie obobo metisa brantie bi kasa o say ono ye okra na foot ne boot and an Indian also crown a bag. Inti we who say relationship be or sankuta hundie no. And who be touch ma. Inti sa abrantie sa no uti se okasa, uso no okasa wo ne boso. Or the yaw. Inti eno ne ahomtie kasa. Na sa ahomtie kasa no se nipa kasa sa. Esa si he pe kasa papa bi echire no. Esa si ejana sa. Esa se neche sa ade no nsusuye no atono so ya hwe be di na dwene modem na afi so won nyina no we anyonkofo a we si me oba me ma me fie be didi enti efri sa bre no ekono anyankosem eho betochma esanse ni esinti no obi be ka se ehu bi denti aboasre wa gene ba gora na oyi ni atonchen enti adano no ni esiye no ekoha enkutahudi e won anyonkofo ntem e wo sampotem ho enti se enonso yentumi ensi ano ne amoa wo a meti ebusuafo bi a wo fa baako na woni kasa o say yeso with the police for no mo pa mo nyam
we revenge on our own
meti sakasa na me yemahye essence sa retributive tendency no so emoa se me ye obi atuaka yes ye be yesi me de say no mfiri awofo no ho na mom won a wo won chen no be say wo abusua no ye be stress sa kasa no eno mrafo emrafom kosi say ne ato won no ensese ye didi obia wa asase so ena woni ni boni bia nya bibia ese fata se sa de we no ye de be ye won nti yesre won se ne esi no enya esi ewie ye den ye kase ye kobo obi ye kase ye kotata obi ye kase ye kotie obi ka emfa ye mano ne ye dihye o mano mu dihye na ya twere no no ye ntimi mfa ne eno na ye ya no obi anim ne abranti oba be ye dabi na o hwe no ne mfoni ni ade a me ho a obi ni mo brimpon ashas ena ne obeye bia nso uye den a wontimi nsamfa no ma enti ye besre ufri ho nso a awofo no mani jipan se on ka se papa no no se ofere osuro nti wonko ho no ma otu abofo ma wakofie o ekopa achew se ni esi no osre won mo mane nko mu too much na enkoma onfa eyi yaudie no anye bribie betra so let's say papa no ne need a form oye mpenindie inti let's say esese ye boa awofo no ye boa busua no inti Ghana Psychological Association say no they should quickly intervene esese wo counselors ahodo a kasa radio ni TV so bebre na betumi akakoboa departments ahodo a wo psychology department once betumi pro bono gratis betumi akakoboa won ensase ye trans say we beba we ma na bi social welfare also onso wokom
etu anamon
ye nim say police for no so one was psychologist na psychiatrist ewom onso ensase wo ma emwa no contem ena encrophones ho akohwe sa de trauma ne we hu ade no etumi to so emu da ye sombon ni ne ke giringira nipa ni so ni afi hu e be hye nipa mu ena afi obi ya ade a o se madame ho so ni ngina forms of trauma na nipa wa ye traumatized no even nam ho ase o akukuduro nso wa ye traumatized intimo reporter yi say atonse wa boto na kire say ebi aka no inti se nipa boto sa no a eno nso no hia enkranhye sem arecheche sem ebetumi ahye no den na wetumi egina inti ye wadwuma kese pa
I see that it is a ohwe Kasoa and because one mebunu no aye adwuma one ya wofuo bebre na aye adwuma in our country for so long. Using Kasoa as a case study, what is wrong with the youth of this country? Your problem pa then what is wrong? E then akoboni.
Oh say no pay na me kan baby say ye di mebunu hu nkomo bia ade ba kwese say ye di to ya adwunu mu kese ne say mebunu no brofkasem they are not homogeneous. Sebe omunya baako a wo kase omuti sei na omunyina atisa. Enya possible sir. Omuye the brofkasem from heterogeneous.
Yes.
Inti ye varieties. Inti ye wo youth ni bia wo ye Ghana for. Ye wo youth ni bia wonya Ghana for. Inti no kra no nso ye wo.
Ekosiisen on
ye wo youth ni bia wo kwa sorry. Ebi nso nkwa sorry. Yes Kremo sorry, and I say Christo sorry, and I say Yananam African traditional practice. Oh, ye will be musa. Ne will be musa, omunko bi kra, omunko BM. Inti for youth no so mujina hoa. Edemo ahudo bebre. Enna edemo ahudo bebre no obia ni jidie nyina so. Obia ne nadwene mu ntitiye. Enna nadeyo ne nisu ne ban. Enti ye fa Kasoa as a case study urana over friend no metie no kakra na o kire utun se atono bo esua fa Kasoa na Kasoa ye baby to say a shaman. Osha shaman, who say a frafra, don't be brave. Me a woman come to 4. A woman come to 4, no meaning no. A shaman na baby alcohol mo say Kasa who do be brave. Oh honomo. Inti ujina hono kasa a shaman it say ya. Why obe from. Because essence obe shall be a onishi kra or da bontene. Obe shall be so obe bida e obi kiosk.
Ekosiisen
Obe shall be so
FM.
obi dan nchen ho baby no about the kiosk no sure ho. Obe shall be so ote dan kese mu abrosan. Obi ye dwuma obi nya dwuma. Nti Kasoa so enkomodie kakra medi na dwuma kakra makoye no ho. Meni ehihia grow bebre akasa ho no mo nti me ko na ukoho a utumu se mriketu ho. It's a vibrant town.
Yes.
And a community. And a bustling with a lot of business. Inti Crawford, digger, wake up. Exactly. Obia ye bibi. Se nipa ni ye nipa boni. So ye nipa papa or ye bibi. Anu ne hu. Inti wo di udwa no. Obi so fa kwan a ono so ebe hwe ne how far. Pak. Aha. Na fensi ye we bi nso a wodom efeku ahodo bebre gang o se ho pa. Na de ba kwa me ta ko Kasoa metene se monato se empa nipa.
Wow.
I'm rantie no afasa so ni ban no. Aba beto ho so. Na wo hwe nso a de ba kwa edi won dem kese ye refugee camp na ye de be see no. Me can say bribia what tries a word decommission facility no. Ama for yes nka yembubu facility ningu. Minim ne Ekosiisen say International Office of Migration for na ampino so refugee society minimum and ye just see ho. But un say be ye ahinta biama nkrofo wodi boni. Me tie police phone penny for wo ha fasade no. En prebebre no so no ye ni ha wo normal bi esese etu ho anamontam. Ye hu semrantie di motorbike. Nam ho. Won she helmet. Won fa atade nura wo ho a ebon ho ban. Nso wo na moto no. Na moto no so wo de nam no mriketu awo mu no. A police for kra hu a osuro. Hwe nansia bullion van. Attack esi hoy. The same community. Inti wo nkrofo a wodi ohuni ewo ho. Ena wo nkrofo nso a sebi won suro hwi emfere hwi. Ensuro moja. Ensuro seka ensuro tio. Ensuro jan. Wonso ho. Inti se bane sa na emofra ne mrantie ne nkatesi antete no ayeden. Ni titru ni se sa yenya sikantem. Yenya sikantem edi ne ho bedue mu a. Obekono na mrantie na bonsese ti baabi. Ane wo ye ne se wo bo adwe wo fa adwen se wo kodi obi bone.
Enyesika.
Ekonyesika. Yese yetimi chi yetata amutu yenso anadwe. Yetata ni akoche Kasoa. Ni ya si akoche nyanya no. Ni akoche Kasoa. Ni ache no budumburam. Ni ache no fete. Ni ache ha. Ni ache. Wonti ase. Esanse Kronos na ase achicha so bia achichire ne de. Aha, nti enchada anye a planned community as it should be. Unfortunately, we better no atra. We try not. Nti you say kwan kasa ye de ko impotem no. Enye easy. Ubenya kwan edem. No man aye. Na de aka ni nyina amafo na bon bra eye. Nti baby sa no the issue of security creation. Bambo ehun kwasa. Nti ye mebru na ho no ebi ye adwumadene. Ebi nso mpa abrabo papa bi ambo.
Ekosiisen
se ukodu under bridge or more police facility bi o first no ho na mfako convention center. Na bribia obedu onipa puegu BBC. Menkai da ma drive ya fawa bibinsi ye. Na chese utun se eye kro emu nhye da anyosa. And I trust an adjourn ye two nkrofososano. In a night, you may have like 4 or 5 cases. Nature say, as I say, ye bound bumping for no. Baby sano. You should that treating as a special case. What is say? Former regional minister no Kasoa say or say ye pijamu.
Yeah, Omunya regional command.
I think say no beboa. Beboa. Esan say so when you say regional command na it's a command no I centered in the place. Oh, me nye bamboni there but me so say wo madwene mu no enka beboa. Because awesome pa.
Yeah.
And now
yeah,
we should be a convention center we are. Now we drive here Kwanajwa. Obi anya some get all. Nti me convention center me call the above 5. Me tuka. Me try ma dia. Adinti necessary vanessa. Nti ye wo ejuma esese ye. Ne to so bi nse se emre ye ejuma ye hwe se emra no adane sika no fenu. Etwa. Adie baako a ewo ye man mu a misuro ho kese pa eye reward for impunity. Edabi me call fa kolebu echire ho. Na Friday. Na se fa body. Now motorbikes are making kind almost about 100. Na amaje kwan no mienu ni nyina afa. Papa vi ka chense mira ompe ho asema gina. Na we wudi boba akon. Ombehye wo kan. Inti me bo modern na medu obi fie nim na me ko share side. Na motorbikes na omoko na ye di twi form ni epeja nim no me hwade ne sa na me woso na mbisa senti mra ni oman say ye kwa kosie obi ende hye eno so chese na chese mra nya adwuma biem na no nya honko even say highway ya nam a high call Legoni me hu bi almost sanso
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Na mintiasie na yakofa party in Frank accent say and because of that there is a reward for impunity. Na se oman penirity mi a be de mesre no sa reward for impunity no as I say odin nasifo me tie Greater Accra regional minister no.
Yeah.
Okasa na makoma atomiyam na me hu se for one person to ana mo bi e was Madina Adenta stretch we kai say dana me ba ha me kan ho asem say me ntia say ya hyehi tai koba na ya ye bridge na wie na nipa mfa
so
say yes sir we reward impunity me call baby was Switzerland me say baby am wo no and na baby abeka ko fa foot bridge na cross the road no you have to walk. It's also nipe bia nante.
Nante akwa.
Who so be cross over from no. Meanwhile, like 4 lanes and 5 lanes. But esan se mraye juma. Honti no. Nipa edi mraso. Na koye na mrano enye sika no fe no ntwa ha. Etwa fa na ejafa we a. Nipa besei.
Ekosiisen.
Na ye mebulu no so what is the ototo kokko. O de kokko to jaso na o dafa akwa ebehye nti e wo se ejano na okuna no kakra o yi bi frim na o de bi ka ho na nti bo se kokko no aye na ha kama wona mi isle gon ya nkrofo stop to kokko ho enso bronu bi ho kokko no da ho bi ento nti yenso ye wa adwuma se ye ma no sa sense of entitlement ade we mepe na one family may gene by force. And no see idea to say, yeah, wo for no, if any
and only a parental issue.
And a parental issue. It's not say, a maybe be or her, I will for no anka one share. Master no can't send me or say, Woba one tieno na win soon. Say, or Jane somewhere. Obema woman was a been out to ye. Me kaise me koye djuma divi o baby dan ye de abranti bi beche. This is about 12 years ago. Abranti no ye say o that cemetery. Adan ya obeso onya sika. Now, ocean in Nipedia, and why a sako what that cemetery for close to 2 months.
Ekosiisen on
Now, everyone saying a nipa called that cemetery. Say, Obaso Nyesika. Important be a McCoy, a brand here, 19 years. Or catch an and for so or call Bronubia Mempesame body, or Central Hoverby, or track as or call Obercover Bano, no okra car. No cranso, Okoba and Cheno Kraka.
Kraka.
Nanyamiti and Sakano, on to me in Koshemu straight to, or the Nechina Koshem. And on Jarenso, in Sion Caneho. How can somebody give himself to this? Yes, I'll get rich quick.
Yeah.
And die young.
Yeah. Die trying. Get rich or die trying.
Yes, San Yomono. First time I'm a youth studies that you introduce here to San Yomono. The rationale behind Injum. You share Injum trailer. Now you instruct and catch us or say, if you want to mold the minds of young people, there's nothing as powerful as music.
As music.
And Adolf Hitler can say, I don't care who writes the nation songs, as long who governs a nation, as long as I'm the one who writes the songs of the youth.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Into your tro and you ma ye mebunity na wato. Or no, or to me go wadi ye ni won so ban so. It's ya kofa banyina no esese ye chance ye hwe no marketing building blocks. First building block no ye fie. Masama mubi sanse Ekosiisen.
Yes.
De mebu sanse efie te sen. Ye mfidue mu no ete sen. Madam, for my comments, I can't say me. Say the presence of the absent father, or the absence of the present father. Eja ofie nzo ni fie. Yentenenka. Oumwa watosini. Ofri mu nso a yentenenka se bibi ahwere yen. Say you ofie ejanom sa na ya won dia, then we are in big trouble.
And that's why a 16-year-old, an 18-year-old would even contemplate. Say obeso kojisikadru at that age. But say okay, omo no so say omo papa wo ho.
Omo papa wo ho. Say openi bi ye bio. Oh, ye kasa obi ye openi a ana ye wagya na so otetewa. En yes o ti ofie nku. Obeka say nche ye nya case bi a papa penimu bi. Yesi also okoji bibi wo baby e wo eastern region ho baby e no no so yehu ye na ne nkasa e kopie baby obeka ya sa papa no ne metie enso no so oyo obi asabi odi ne hu ni nso no akopie bia we ya okopeden sika yesi empenifo na twa sabone ato ho na njirima no di akire nti ye empenifo no ye ma no wona hweyen yemu bibi kakra yekotusuma bibi kakra yekodi edro bibi kakra yekọ abusa bibi kakra yese nti ebedu baabi no na mofra no nso odi echi hwe yekoye seminar o baby meti radio no so kumazi a meti anso yesi bibi edi classroom bi adan akola ba ko ne pencil crayon ne bibi ayira ojina classroom for no catch on se mu nipa wafa meyi no wanfa ma china me ba me de beji no No credit, these are like class 4 nkola.
Class 4.
Class 4. Akola na free fee ba the next day na yesi okra Kasoa ne ensa. Obebodua. Yempeni mfo no. Eye. And as yes on social media anti. Sa no ma bebre na kodi mebru ne nsam. Na ohwa ade na. Ono osusu se peni aye die eya ade papa. Nti building block number 2, I am penning for modeling. In Shesodia, ye ma in Mebuno. Mijidi say, Myam bring an over show a diwachi. Na I anya ye cran a beaver show a diwachi. Yan targeti wonyina, and see Benyamukakra. And over shasi, and ye wanna a benya ono, na ye diwai and Shesodia and cranshe aman chirimana. And only a positive peer influence. And only a building block number 3.
Number 3.
Yenya influences. Young people no. Omuti omo. mbebunu no wɔhwɛ wɔn ho na wɔn sɛ wei na ne su ne ne ban ɛyɛ soronko na de yɛ metie boys na baako ne nsɛm yɛsɛ wakɔtɔ mo nada baako sɛ yɛsɛ wakɔ wie obi sika $10,000 ne history no ne history no nti saa nipa wei ɔbɛfa ɔba nyɔnko a ɔsɛ kyerɛ me onyɔnko na makyerɛ wo so ban su ne ban na onyɔnko no ɛda na di no wohu na ɔno so ɛne ɔyɛ bi nti ɛho hia sɛ yɛn so yɛbɛ target youth ne bi a wano du bunu mu wɔkasa social media so wɔkasa radio so wɔkasa mpɔtamu obiara pɛ n'asɛm ne yɛde na yɛsusu dua ama mbebunu na ɛba no anyɛ saa get rich quick su ne ban yi ɛba bɛyɛ mfoni foforɔ a obɛdi akyire and nature abhors a vacuum untumi njang ento hɔ ahwe nhyem nti bibi ba bɛhyɛ anam nti sɛ egya ni hɔ mpenifo ni hɔ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛnya beebunu bi a ɔyɛ beebunu nso ɔnkɔ nea ɔmo kɔ no
na wayɛ
nhwɛsodeɛ ɛdin nanso yɛtu ho anama akokuduro mu a ɛbɛyɛ yi
ma yɛngyina building block number 3 hɔ na meaning komo yi emra na yentoa so said the American kano Elder Amos Kevin Anan and Amoten kano a healthy homes advocate enti eba ifie ntotoye eja ena niome wasam ye ena ye mabunu ehon nsemo a he's worked with the youth for over 30 years in Ghana, traveling across the length and breadth of Ghana and outside, and so speaking at conferences and all of that. In the end, only and in India or emphasize, and we are using Kasoa just as a case study. Now, because a problem across Ghana, and the mebnuno from Amanfol in Takrady to Kofrum Kumasi to Tamale, Bebia. Sometimes you and I don't make Ziama, Udru Ziama now Shen Kwala. And in Taribia, she said, "Man, and nam kwan hon Saturday be mukon," and I was like, "Wow." You know, it's across the country, and that's why we are having this conversation. But me and Dr. Jones, Opoku Warinin Komo, or a criminologist and a crime researcher, and Loteje Corps MIA background history to Kasoa and how Kasoa beye Kasoa ene yehui, and it seems in Kasoa and Kasa formative stages, no. It was built with crime as part of the architecture of Kasoa. And Doc STD special pattern in the special pattern of crime using Kasoa as a case study for the PhD thesis. May I know in the Doc Ekosiisen so was Sempa FM akwaba.
Ekosiisen Sempa FM.
Nyame adome ho na so
yo I'm not doing job with my only work for now.
Etiefo nso gye wo so papa me nso me gye wo so and the pass yensa etumi account and the abaka so I know sir from the work you've done in Kasoa mrantie yasemi ama as a surprise to you mewa.
Oh, definitely. I mean, not me surprised. Me surprised because anybody can I've been studying crime or Kasoa. I mean, as part of my PhD studies. Anyway, my medical empire comma a bushia mashe a whatever has happened quite unfortunate. But it is not something that I was so surprised about because the data that I obtained as part of my studies were is only a confirmation of what I found out. And some of the things I stated even in my work and some of the things I'm doing in terms of the publications that I'm doing. And to be very honest with you, and if you don't take care, more will happen. Okay, more criminal acts will happen based on the configuration of Kasoa and the kind of variables are operative or Kasoa.
And now no your reporter can say Obi young guys so mukumo be na kwaji sikedro no mo so etimi atok cars ade demo no because of what they see udru Kasoa as young as 14, 15, 16 years, driving their own cars, sometimes unregistered vehicles, and they are there. Is it real?
Yes. And I must observe that it is not only peculiar to Kasoa, it is actually a national problem. It's an issue that is happening. You see, Ghanaians, okay, we are basically socialized into what we call status. Okay? Obia Ekosua, and now Obia or society, we expect that everybody is supposed to make it. That is basically how we are socialized. And this whole school crown now, I dream on school abi. But you see, in criminology, there's something we call strain or social strain. And our social strain, it happens when our goals or social goals does not match up to the means of achieving those goals. And to what we say, America, or be a friend said the American dream. And now the American dream, basically, they say, anybody in America, no matter who you are, if you work hard and you go to school and you study, you can be successful.
Yeah.
That is basically the American dream. And Ghana has, over the years, we have emphasized so much on success and wealth. And they say, no one say Ghana hano. Okay, and see what is happening is that once there is a dream of wealth and success, okay, it must come with corresponding opportunities that people will have access to that social goal of becoming successful. And so when the social goals does not correspond with the means to achieve those goals now, it causes what we call social strain. Okay, and that is what is happening in Ghana as of now. And so now, when there is social strain in a society, normally 5 things happen. And quickly, I want to just touch on those things. Now, will engage in that kind of act. You see, when there is that social strain now, 5 things normally will happen. People will normally behave in 5 main ways. And now, people will either conform. And now, when they conform, basically, they pursue the social goals and use the socially approved means. And for instance, if you want to be wealthy, you have to go to school. You want to be successful, you have to burn the midnight oil. Okay, for instance, some of us who have obtained PhDs, I should tell you, okay, what I've gone through from my first degree up to the time I graduated from with my PhD. You can see that it is very tough.
Yeah.
And you have to go through that process. Okay, so normally you have to conform to how the social goals are and the social means that have been prescribed to go to. That's what we call conform. So normally people will use that route. But the issue is that it's not everybody.
No, indeed, Mr. Say, no, I'm a chi, not also am I. Me pacho, any day more.
Me pacho you. And you say, and you be the team, a conforming, and as you see, the society naturally says, and the riches are goes on. And then you be the bit me school. Obi walk school along the line, almost one theater. Okay, Obi walk out outside the Suani Eddie. Dubons and now we're parking chain. And now, you use the second approach, innovation. And now, they use what we call socially unapproved or unconventional means to obtain the same social goals. Because now the society is emphasizing so much on wealth. And now these children feel that to go through such long process of going to school, maybe doing businesses and becoming prosperous, go through that process. And it's idea. And the mobility ways. And our ways in say, but now, shortcut means that all the very riches are goes. And two bones and now, yes, it's the Gary, or to our the funny pabra, Kuno, Moja, Nina Beneska. And now, say, people now have to innovate other unconventional means, and no better marriage, yes, or more
social goals.
Exactly. And the ongo bobi so wa edu baby abon say look ojitum say I don't know mean to me do goes no say sika na me pa mean to me nya de enru sika no enti de school na meko na mo school na meko no me hete metimi aye adwuma keke na e bia amanya bia ni beto toto ne ma eden edi ene ongo bobi so ha omo yo imagine say omo de they rebel against the system
Ekosiisen on
society they are
Asempa
all be
FM.
from rebels, no rebels basically of sort say near society na say ye kwan e fa so a ye didi yie no. Omo de omo mpe, omo de beba. And until na society I near all rebels. And to hear Ghana to see bibi e wo sisi a obi. On mine because this is here obia emphasizing on wealth. Obia emphasizing on sika who sika the ope bia ultime ye. In fact, who sika kra emra kra mi Ghana ha mi say emra kra anye de eni. And now I'm turning to no. Nipa bebre so yiri say opportunities e offer a omde benya sika no esua. And yes handia e kwan ben so ne yeso betimi afa. Ye betimi aye shortcut. E betimi amienya say scam. E bi ne de enkwa yi say you better rituals. You better be almost dealing in cocaine. It's a very shortcut.
Yeah.
It's a very short route to make money. And the people now engage in all those kind of innovative ways on the burden, on the actual way of getting money. And so you see, it's a big social problem in Ghana we are grappling with. And I think we have to sit down again. And now who can you bit me and say, the youth and people who are coming. Say no matter what. Okay, you have to go through that, grilling, let me reach the goals I've already. And now, have you asked yourself, say, in America, they say a more American dream.
Mm-hmm.
But Argentina, you share crime rate in America. Always, it is skewed towards the black.
Yeah.
Good. And now they tell you, say, there are opportunities for everybody. But you realize that when it comes to a black population, they don't have equal opportunities.
They have to innovate. So they
have to innovate other ways. Most of the time, what crimes are, you see, it's always with the blacks. And that is why the crime rate, especially involving blacks, are high. Because they have to find ways to survive and to make it like their fellow whites are making. And they have to engage in innovative ways. And normally, those innovative ways are illegitimate ways. And that is what we are seeing in this country now.
Inti Kasoa specific, how serious is the crime rate in Kasoa?
Okay. And now, let me take you through Adia Miye. No man I'm steady anyway. And now basically, now me share send ye baby tie. You can say baby let's say it's a rural and urban.
Yeah.
When say in the crime literature, they be who crime say who crime is an urban problem. And then they say, okay, I mean compare rural and urban areas. Now based on these comparisons, let me as you say, I'm past a crime, urban problem. In the urban areas, me study Kasoa, and I'm study Alado, and I'm study Ashtown.
Okay.
And rural areas, me fa, Asin Odumase, Apeusika, okay, I need now central region.
Yeah.
And now me ba and Susu. And now, specifically, I'm Kasoa for about 3 months. Now me observe certain variables because in criminology, yes, maybe be social disorganization. Yes, variables we society anymore. The variables higher. Normally, crime rate high. For instance, the population in those one mostly yes, it's our area I almost experience a lot of crime. And the economic activities will cause will be brave. Our area now almost crime rate I never show. And a bit to say our our community in be brave. Any other issues to say ethnic differences. Then find your friend in criminology, you call it ethnic heterogeneity. Say, and a residential instability. And these are the variables and numbers. I needed to come and stay in all the study areas. Name about Kasoa for 3 months. In fact, I was based somewhere around the Kasoa tension, high tension area, and also Akwele area. And I was just talking to people and studying how Kasoa, moves. In terms of population size, in fact, Kasoa has increased in population astronomically over the years. Okay, for instance, in fact, some scholars said between 1970 up to the 2000s, Kasoa population are increasing about 79 times.
Wow.
In fact, in 1970, there were about only 863 people living in Kasoa, which was already initially known as Oduponkehe Kasoa. Now, nipa be 863 people. But after the 90s, the population has increased. In fact, 79 times. In fact, if you use the Ghana, currently, the statistical service, population and housing census 2010, Kasoa has a population of about 69,000 plus. In fact, they compare by to say Ashtown. Ashtown has a population of about 38,000. Okay, and now look at the population explosion within a short period of time. And interestingly, only Kasoa are not really indigenous people, or let me say indigenous of Kasoa. They are probably people like, if I should use the term, maybe immigrants or people who are just passing through.
Asempa FM.
Okay, they come there and come and do many economic activities. And by population size now, over the years, Kasoa has actually overblown. And because of that high population density, settlements have developed and near Accra, Abom. And now it's lying in between Accra, Greater Accra, and our central region. And the people are able to move in between. Interestingly, if you come over dying, Kasoa, the brain here is Accra. No, be our back Kasoa. No, be our Ben, the Jumabia, and our Ben Bibi. In the same way, on the other side, Omo central region. In fact, Kasoa is choked, and there is so much economic activity that is moving on there. And many of these economic activities are called medical. They are not people who are even indigenous or people who live there. And because of that, the dynamics there, I say, people can move in and out. Then they can vanish either into Accra or into Cape Coast or even into central region, and you cannot have a trace of them. And now, we should also not forget that Kasoa as a receptive area.
On Asempa FM.
People from other West African sub-regions.
Asempa FM.
Okay, they find comfort in that area. And as I said, I don't want to personalize the nationality. Yeah. But you see that a lot of people have come in from other parts of the African region, and they are living there, and we cannot even account for those people. And now the kind of things they do there, we can't even say. They come there with a mentality on business. What kind of business, we don't know. Sometimes in the day, you see them doing some petty and menial stuff. They are totally different people. And so you see, all these variables are going on there. And so issues of population growth, issues of population density, and then residential instability are very high in Kasoa. And when these variables are operating in any area, please, it is a serious clue that crime is very rife, or is likely to be rife in that area. And that is why Kasoa is going through that kind of stage.
Wow. The other thing, say, when there is that strain, because societal goals, any opportunities was a man for to reach those societal goals, there is an imbalance in the strain and strain no result in I think what fits in discussion here, the point number 2, which is about innovation. People would want to innovate to be able to reach societal goal.
Exactly.
Innovation, unfortunately, and innovation positive one, acquire negative innovation. One other important point I'll make here is Kasoa is just a symptom of a bigger problem across Ghana. The youth of this country, as a Nioma AJ and Sem, the guys also said to the police in their statement, they picked the number of the Malam on TV.
Yes.
Into the power of the media now comes into the mix. How serious is that variable, the media variable in Sankomo Ayedi?
Okay. In fact, in criminology, there's something we call social learning. Okay. What people see, or especially what children see, okay, they normally tend to imitate those things. Okay. Or they normally begin to act like those things. And until now, call USA, they are very particular about the things they show on TV. Because you see, children tend to learn from what we call role models, from what they see based on visuals. And that variable of television cannot be discounted. Because you see, if you even look at the process of learning, you realize that people learn faster when they see things or when they watch. And until once we keep on telling people these things, showing these things to people, the students, and in Krankra on TV every day. Obi, I'm telling you that you are only shaping up the interest of these children. And the man shaping up in interest, no, they are going to start practicing it. They may want to put whatever they see into practice. Some of them, out of curiosity, no, they want to test and see whether I don't know who or TV, so no. Actually, there is a practicality to it. Okay, and this media, in fact, we have to have stricter regulations concerning the media for no, who show and as a more catcher amount for. I don't think there's be 18 TV so.
Asempa FM.
I catch Obi said, who the way back, make me a see amount. And I what Nippon Air Train say, check over Tenassi
Ekosiisen on
and I bet I business. I BB and son away, you know, bra. What the idea way back, make me a catch process number, I'm an eye short. And then make you rich or give you what. And that is not how society was designed. In fact, I always tell my students, say, Yanko wants to share, we have to say, the working years, no, are from 25 to 40 years. In fact, there's a saying, say, life begins at 40. Life begins at 40 in Chester Apena, over statistics over Yejuma. In fact, life begins at 40 in Chester. And Yama from 25, Juma now, yeah, from 25 years. Equally 40 years no. By 40 years no, na atake swaba. It is that time no, and abesa ati edini de. Young people are be these days no, because societal emphasis on wealth in no, and crani be among be go through that stages no. And almost cut it. They want to have a way of cut it from 25 years to 40 years. Or make chasso. Now by 40 years no, and I say even within that period no, almost the enyeska. And now Sanyama way now no obi. Oshema. The time mom yasaka was he. I didn't know mom yasaka or moon check. Obonzo mudu be 28, 30. Not spirit, near you almost near clear. It's because you have actually exchanged the way I am going to share and say, Kaubedi deck, and as over the bubble brand. What they okra any usum ako chasso. Enti enono, yate won kwanaso. Into the obedi dennis is here, now zoom in. Enti that is basically the and you way now. And I'm the Amkwaneshe, and I'm the Omuhu, and I'm the Omote. And Untina, and who be here, say Obi, on my way, as the idea and for me, a media person, me believe who say the media should be free. But any be here, and I say be, as the Senate radio so, and as the Senate TV so, Eka and as the share amount for. Now, no cry, your friend is a COVID by in UK, TV station there over. This is also because that's why now they are or conspiracy theories.
Christ Embassy software no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now just by spewing conspiracy theories, no, the UK government have to find the regulator has to find that TV station. And now it tells you about how other countries, no, they place emphasis on what people see and what people hear. And you look, as criminologists, no, we are very, very, very interested in Enyama Yitre Amount Finance and Enyama Amount Forte. And ultimately, many some regulators, National Media Commission, any anything, NCA Association, any even more internal, editors. Mon try very well to screen content now. It shouldn't always be about money. Most of the radio stations, TV stations in the country, they go through a lot financially. But you see, it's not everything that is about money. Though money is part of everything, though. But any BBA, any Isika. And let's try and screen content. Very, very important.
Very important. Doc, you better say, and we would want to end with you here. Na yasha try and common. So by BBN, will come back to you. One of the things your point about strain, that strain in society, our willingness to want to reach societal goals. Meanwhile, there are lack of opportunities. In creating those opportunities, that's where the government comes in, right?
Exactly.
To create some opportunities for the youth.
Yeah. You see that in 2000 and I think somewhere in 2007, 2008, President Kufuor who that strain or the program be by. In fact, they almost say a national security threat because many of the youths were not getting opportunity.
Yeah.
And the government at the time said, no, look, this can be a security threat. And the MPBB to say national youth employment in Bra. Are you getting the point? These are ways that you create ways to make sure that it doesn't give people opportunity for them to innovate. Because many of the time, no matter how for innovate, they are socially unapproved means. So, and your society does not approve. And now, once they engage in those socially unapproved ways now, look, they will quash everything within the society.
Asempa FM.
The other thing though, and nobody me next point and Bebusa Elder Amos Kevin and studio has said you might want to create the opportunity. For example, National Youth Employment Program ABA, you engage some of these youth. Ebiaka said what happened in Kasoa and what's happening elsewhere. Ebinum innovation is negative, no? It is not just negative, but it displays human cruelty into a trimodin because at that age, ube dream across a memfa shovel and fam mo obi trim emfa abo pimpim no enkuno no. That has gone beyond innovation. That is cruelty. It is no. How do we deal with that? That lack of conscience, no?
Yes. Obi, Baba was at and then they're pushing it to that limit. And man engaging in that behavior. There's a certain goal.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
That goal is overpowering and overwhelming. Okay? And the Nippon knows that no, I have be a mango, abre. No one was adi abre na come do. Okay, the desire and the emotions for you to get it, you know, it overpowers all other considerations. Say be a food, be an okay. And now in criminology, you know, we believe that some people have criminal traits. In fact, if you read the work of my Lombroso theory, any example for now, they will tell you, say, look, people are innately criminal.
Yeah.
But you see, that is why society have laws. That is why society come out with certain rules and regulations to regulate those criminal tendencies. Are you getting the point? If they haven't been told, these students or these children have not been shown something on the TV to tell them that, look, this thing you aspire to have, and then we are officer union that channel. You bet me actually quite to where this one, obey me afa, and one is a funny patibra and a funny pa and one fabra. And you can always get it.
Yeah.
And now once I can say, and only we are training, if I need to TV, no, so you can actually know. So design, no, overpower all other considerations. And now, based on that, you know, the person doesn't care whatever happens. That is when the other side, the inner side, or the innate criminal tendencies of the person overpowers whatever social conventions that exist.
I get you. Doc, we'll come back to you when need be.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Jones Opokuwari, a criminologist and a crime researcher, and I'm in Kano. My main Kaimo, I'm share Facebook Live, and I've gotten a lot of complaints. Yes, Remo, and then network near terrible. I said it at the beginning of the show. Say Facebook update been affecting in streaming. No, it is a wush stream now. You would see say a breaky, and I appreciate it. Concerns and for the air bar and the breaky, and it becomes a bit irritating. So wush, but best say we need the more say ube radio na ode ato radio. Am anya sanso a ko adomonline.com and I say myjoyonline.com netie from your online radio stream no na wetimi etie wo hon so e de am yesrem we ni die mu a say mode ebeche yen technicians no yedum betumi bia as and when Facebook is through with the update no we'll get the streaming back on track. Into Monshan and so MIA. But let me do this briefly enough. Remember, Efua Inshra Yeboa, we could never have asked for a better daughter if God had given us the chance to choose. You are a real blessing to us and your brother and sister. My beautiful lady, may God continue to bless and order your beautiful life. Happy 16th birthday. We love you so much. Unfortunately, I will forward the way a buy and for Mudin and Kahon. But that's a message, a birthday message going out to you. Ma memra back in studio. Na afe yentwasu ening komwese. Obi, I'm comforted by the delivery of Elder Amos Anan. Kudos to you and your team for this thoughtful discussion. Obi, from Allah we came, and to him we shall return. May Allah be pleased with the soul of this young man. Amin. Farouk Tema. Let me see the other ones we have here. And so happy birthday to David in Cancer and to DNA PA2 Nana B. Stay blessed and enjoy your day. Samuel Brian Boabeng and on the way Abba. This one says Act 775 of the Electronic Communications. That's the Electronic Communications Act, 2008, Section 13, talks about suspension and revocation of licenses and frequency authorization. So if even these TV and radio stations are licensed, can't we suspend or revoke their licenses for the sake of public interest? As the Section E indicates, Ghana is not a banana republic. Master Planner Junior Onoa Kintampo and Odiwe Abba. Ma memra back in studio. All that what's here criminologists. I mean, some other very interesting perspectives, but said a yen sway from maybe I will share, building blocks are the shots. I think it touches on some of the issues on also areas, yeah.
As a Orano, I've been one commodity for Kasoa, yeah, and he may bonfire say Obenya Bray na a quantity say, you know, with the home commo. Akwa nim esan say ihe abin forsa ewo oman mu na wona boa ye wa hwe nhwehwemu no so emoa oman nyina ne kasa okan na de ba ko a me so mu pa eye sa rebels no omo no wo yen so ye fan ye be kasa wo ye non conformist wono yakase ye nyina ye fa ha no o se me de me fa nchen ha Onipa sa no kwan ben so ene ebetumi aboa no. Yeah. Esan say Ekosiisen on Ebribia no aye no ho say no odemu baako. In one breath no yes obi are unique. Odemu fu abaako. Enso say ba no online ni kronchi hye no a yenye ne sa. Yen ka say yen nyina ye ko ne sei me de me kobonkum. I had to say driving. I don't know if it's all my hene ATM. Yeah. Or see, ebi nam bunkum na waba. And so yeng na yeko, yam ni fani yeko. No, me kai bunkum da bi. Enyifa na anyen. Yes, ano me kai pa. Now na mo na ko she. It said they onam UK. And now na South Africa. We am besho. Yeah. We kai anytime because I grow me nu here. Me am sure. Can't I buy em so the bebo me. No, iti eye or how kese pa say ye could do some pempen so nipa ekra sa adwene no. Na ebita no ho edi ye drive kra out me ho traffic as already no oba. Yeah. And as emia 1 year betting no. Ese so man ye ni kon. Esa say ye omra o man. Me can be called a crabby as a pan. I'm calling a Chinese phobia. Yes, I'm about Chinese for, but I'm not. Now, I'm a game center. Yeah. Now, question colleague go. Obi, which I said, want to me, Koyesa or China. Want to me. Emma under the innovation now, Doc. Innovation. There are no opportunities in the outside man for opportunities. No be a whole. Opportunities were whole. What the nam ya some year by yes, a nominating yet, or some ahoy me berry. No, a mindset shift. I know. As I see, yenya kasa, you will be a friend of behavior change communication. Me point bonus say, almost science are no man. One potemo hona or one, whatever boy I will for. Oh, kasa ye creature no. Ye kakasa bi me to nipa so ma onya adwen foforo e na kasa bi nso hye nipa kutupa e mo ye boni kasa kro na o eniti ye hia se sa kasa titru gidie sum hodo no esa se gidie sum hodo no mu no wona asudi ni kesida won so esa se first building block e fie no second one ye adult role models no. Third one, boy, say your peers now will be to me. Influencers. The fourth one was going to be social support. Okay. Social support. As I say, someone yimpa. What's it? It takes a village to raise a child. Yeah. Na nano kasa na Clinton yira ko kama afi upa attribution be the asheno. Meanwhile, no, me so critic dynamics it takes a village to raise a child. And so I just say free hon moba as ye beso. Say free ya dear ma as a yabon so yempe. Anything I'm Kasaya Modi ye Juma high, manage hopa because as I see you to me kakasano. Na ye church no massive form cra. And ye mano as I see ye nya bibia a way and potem a boyen. Sa min kuminam, ankonam, menemeba as I see ye sheni. Oh, se onipa enya yari dombia, she COVID by. Obinya COVID o umpotema, ubetuma ka say ono kwa na enya. Ono enya nso ye nyina kan ye. Enti sa dwene say that individuation, so me continue me and myself.
Ekosiisen on
Asempa just adeno. Na se wo say obi ba amane ekọ bia aho etro eye sane mu a. Openi wo asudi asede. Se obetwena ba wo nchen. Na waka kasa papa kire no enya atem didie ena enya mekọbọ no ena enya mekọbutu no ana mekọtata na mum wotwene ben wo oh last me ka bibi Josh McDowell or say rules minus relationship elicits rebellion. Iti ya shamra na ye ninkutahudie enyonkofo ni ho titru mebno no wobeti oso atua enti atua tie no bebre no a emra no wo ho nso nkutahudie ni ho say ye jana na no ebi ni ho nti na atua tie no aya kono ama bebuno no no de akire ena afin so ye wo influencers wo man heroes and heroines of our land ye man yimo ye wo nkrofo a wanu do bunum so mo kasi ye nyina ye nda ya de jamfa nanti kroma obi ubenya ni padodo me papa so for me no se okọ baby na obi preacher no oka se me pe sebe enkwasiafo eduonu enum
Ekosiisen
eduonu 20 na wombra na wombe ye bibi na oche se oka eduonu no omunya ma ne tra eduonu
Wow.
That is a one aja tum se wo yenkwasiafo sebio radio kasa enti ye won krofo wo influencers wo me oman hene ekia ya no do bunu a mebunu no hweyen okoyen social media handles and now yenum a wo su anwom wo yisini oda no politics ye be stress ye need the next building block ye influencers bebunu ni show sa o se mpese me yese uncle obi mpese me yese auntie adwoa adenti no yesa esan se wusuni wo ban ni wade yo no edi nkransha aba no so enne no goya yese wo nyina ya adwontofo enna misro no yes social influencers no nyina ba ya adwontofo enna wa ba yesi ni yifo inti engineers no he doctors no he pharmacists no he inti na current education minister all sponsor youth no akwa engineer manage ho senka MP bia hwe ni important and offer mebunu do
Asempa FM
within a 4-year period say me boa won na wa be engineer will change a lot safu ni na ba be positive role models for the other young people. I'm saying opportunities in Ghana. So opportunities in Ghana nyame adom since 2006 I'm here at Juma Pentecost University. At that time, Pentecost University College, this is Pentecost University. Me da oho minim bebulu din komo. Me want Nigerian students, and I'll say Nigerian students are Ghana students need be say opportunities in Ghana, and yet these Nigerian students have started businesses. Obi start in Ghana. Obi started from level 100. By the time you're 400, why your business is for 4 years? 4 years experience. And so be share obi Ghana ni bayo. Osi adwuma ni ho nti wadan no ho somro no tam otare obi kunu ho no ontwe moja no mi owie so na akotientem women's right ni we fi so ba bi aware na osai no and you see boys or the school fees no they akoto chacha. I've seen students ma who be the school fees or the betia no they akoto chacha na o ma mi nim so school fees on dia. I've seen some in Legon, I've seen some in KNUST. UCC. And you have all these young men and women. And yes, opportunity in you. There is an opportunity. He's been put in school. Also, the other any papa no share the AC. Until I'm a pet Theodore Roosevelt. I say to educate a man in mind and not in morals is to educate a menace to society.
A menace to society.
This is the next building block, godliness.
Godliness, and that's a very important block. I'll come back to that point because godliness, no, linked to religion, it means we are calling on the church, the mosque, say as a critical agent of socialization, no. As a sorry, so here to see kakra. How do we just oppose that to this whole conversation? Now this time, no, Richmond Kwame Frimpong in income. Richmond has also been in this space, or a life coach, the global convener, said Americano, of Africa's biggest youth empowerment summit. Your friend Exit Strategy Summit, and he's reached over 1 million youth at the secondary and tertiary levels in West Africa, in Southern Africa, in Europe, and especially in the UK since 2007. In the Miami Richmond in Komonafi, Yemra, he's written some books and all of that. Richmond Akwaba na pom to saying.
Obi, Nyamiadom, Bibia Boko.
Nyamiase, Papa, Pametie Fonso, that's a say, Waje, and so Elder Amos Kevin Ananwaha, or see what Chia was from. Fantastic. Na, in Komo Ababe Toho, Kasoa. And the whole country, yes, of course, Ebinum are not surprised, but majority, we've been shaken by the gory details, kind videos, share, and they say for a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old deciding some person mokoji sikadru, and who number with TV so afre, malam ne so monfa human part mra, ape akwala 10-year-old. Ekuno in the most bizarre circumstances, the shovel ashini trim the abuwa bubone swama akwalane wu, and it taking the entire country by surprise. Baby, I can say the bigger issue, then say the youth of our country, as we are losing the youth, and these are our future leaders. You've worked with the youth extensively. What's happening, Richmond?
Yo, Obi, make ya a tear for and so now again, Yabama Busiana Yako, a Asama Arahuye, Nasa Udi Chira, won't say it's very unfortunate. And the Empire is in Yamebeji Abofrano Crass, et
Asempa FM.
And some no a and some degree as a Utie, Elder Utie, your brother or criminologist or Beccasaye. And the entire conversation and nation a disappear. I am just asking God, said this time something should change. Because my candidate said, Bibia ni honomoa is just on its own. Na se tembia na just say Bibi esi na afai putupu ama nation then turns our attention to talk about it. I just say Bibia kose and I say to range Bia esi. Now, say all of a sudden, everybody is talking about it, then our attention is on it. It didn't answer, you can't kusiana kugu. Now, the people for Abane are sound so. Into your son Abasre, and another problem about that we deal with it.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Nyamana dum and away punayatie. But there are 101 of such cases dotted around the country. And by extension, dotted around the entire continent and even the world. Now, so the statistics are, Ubo say, we are seeing in us, you know, 20, and I said, you know, Ebube said, Dunkunu, every year, every 20 young people are 19 from Africa.
Yeah.
And Africa is the youngest continent globally. Now, problem I want you for Honey say, they can either be good or bad. They can be an opportunistic engine for every country, or they can be a trouble spot for the same country. Now, see, who said may come back to maybe Ghana out of the African structure. Who say Ghana, your whole economy, about Yamfan said there's a 57% under 25 years. 57% of Nipa or Maymunano under 25 years. In fact, she started from 0 to 35 there. 75% fall under 0 to 35. That should tell us
Ekosiisen on FM.
Deliberate national construction. Our attention should be on this group of people from 0 to 4, from 5 to 9, from 10 to 14, from 15 to 19, from 20 to 24, and then 20 to 35. And we must be deliberate about them. And we must have a coordinated approach, say, from 0 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, up to even 35. Before that, start getting about beyond 35 to 40, and then the others up to even after retirement. There should be a deliberate effort. You put it together. Now, McGinn said that gap, the yetimi saw not this time, now opportunity we are none Kasana Yamanentium. Not yet me implement here, a big change everything about our country. Now, my friend, YFMCS. O started so more doing common ubisa say a DNA cosono. Then I began thinking, what can we do? And that YFMCS, you know. The plus why and about the young person himself listening to me. You have your own responsibility. Into why you the young person, you the youth. And remember how now, if no, say a family, and I heard elders talk extensively about parenting. As for me, a family, then no, a media, then see no a church. Then the S is the state. YFMCS is going to be the only way out if, as a country, we want this not to become just a conversation that will pass in the next few days. With just a short explanation. But let's start from the back, which is the state. The state alone control or minor your education, your economy, your employment, your safety net, your policy direction. Some know or minor, more than 75% your young people. Now, you see a be as a country. We should have a deliberate, intentionally crafted policy. I guide the young people. The last time I saw any policy for young people, the your definition, no, 15 to 35. Say a youth policy. The last time was 2010. That policy from 2010 up to 2021, and a woman also a year demand more than 10%. Meanwhile, you see the entire economy is hanging on this great opportunity of young people. That is the lifeline of the entire economy. And the first thing we have to look at is the state should become deliberate about this gap that we are seeing. It will either make the country or break the country. And this shouldn't just become a national conversation on radio and on TV, just as a media content. Another problem. The next time we will hear another incident, God forbid, it may be danger. Because it is something that is just a tip of the iceberg. And the state should be deliberate. The youth agencies be brave. In fact, your youth and sports ministry on its own. Youth and sports and your youth employment agency authority, your youth employment agency, your national youth authority, and a number of things that are started. We have manifestos in your politicians using it there. Sometimes they talk briefly about the youth, but I'm saying, the state is probably failing, and maybe because of the problem, the myriad of problems also almost solving it. You have to say. The young now is set direction intentionally. on mine, so we should be deliberate about the people we want them to become. We should be deliberate from 0 to 4. We should be deliberate to say Nipano, obey your university, your crafty changing our journey towards a certain direction of money, and until the nation takes that responsibility, this won't change. The next one, your family. You see, family also cannot shield ourselves away. And yet, you know, so but when because a family, I will be a man will be a free. And you know, even though the main responsibility on the father and the mother, no, the entire family has a responsibility. But and then they make, as I said, who papa ne e mama ne then they think crying.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Or sorry, I'm ahumachi bese no nine. Or sorry, crack. No atama akwalana to kamu. No we didi okemu. No akodna koti baby. No so akobri ni moje ni waye adwuma kakra. Enwumre bese no nsia no akofa akoda no. Na akoda na da oke no obeduru nonkono wabre obeto ho no ada no wasan sorry biem. There is no deliberate family craft. It means a family biampono. This is the family mission. This is the family vision. These are the family values. You practice it, and kodane family no papa, my many idea no na form who the person becomes. Something like that. Then, in addition to that gap, no, the place of the church. The place of the church, and that's all sorry, the youth is the biggest component. And also, I can dare say, a more almost deliberate effort, say, no. This is how we want them to become. This is what we are doing for them to become this. Just mebuno artist here, sorry no. Mebuno enya mesum here, sorry no. Mebuno lifestyle on friends and in your ma here, sorry now. It is not just about coming to church on Sunday or coming to sing or coming to dance, but the life of the young person in the church is also a matter that is being navigated. I am meant from Kolan, even from that side, and also so it's missing. Then from the media, what we see, what we hear in our movies, our even social media, and in your met, it is a seed that doesn't show the direction of where we want our youth to become. You move a brace also down a panel done already now. Also, pesa or mampo beti in your coso. Majority of the things we watch on TV, it's been said time and again. Because the media think that there is no responsibility on anybody, but the kind. Then from the media, you call you the young person listening to me, particularly from the 0 to 4, beginning from our own youth policy. 2010 that defines the youth as 15 to 35. One person also who said you are responsible for what you become. Now, our responsibility, any mentorship, any modeling, any guidance, any giving young people a sense of direction. So, no, to the next 10 years, the next 15 years, the future, or personal. Now, who the ingredients in that future, or the personal values, or the values when they guide them, or the vision when they guide them. And I know my Baba did the 10 years. As a family, so 10 years, we gathered, and as part of celebrating the birthday, she projected to us, in the next 5 years, say me did 50 now. This is what I want to become. This is why I want to become that. And this is how I want to become to do. These are the things I want to do to become that. No project at 10, in a PowerPoint to us, the family, the siblings, and she's becoming accountable at 10. And he said, man, deliberate about it, and guiding Kodana moment taking responsibility. And until these things are put together in an intentional driven, thinking intensive, action oriented format or minor, you knew I'll bet you other saw in the next 10 years. So the politicians are not becoming the examples we can see. The church is not giving us the example we can see. The media is also not giving us the example we can see. The parents and the family are not giving us the example we can see. And so why do we expect them to become what we have not shown them to become? This is not resolved, Obi. It's a big problem, in my opinion.
Doc, he spoke about a societal strain, i.e., societal goals are. Set yama ye home abe conventional obi aspire to want to be successful, said ye o cano and all of that, but there is a gap between that and the opportunities I am so ebe reaches our societal goals. No lack of opportunities for the youth. Ubo the state say number one, they would have to create those opportunities. Beyond the state, what should the youth do in terms of opportunities? Lack of opportunities, they would have to innovate. Innovation, no invariably, na babe negative. Say the yehu wo Kasoa and betten ajibebia afa part of the innovation negative again. So what should the youth do? Say also munyeska, they have to make ends meet. Any ade omunya den.
You see, I will not even call it innovation, Obi. This is not innovation. This is just evil. Now, and I want us to begin to young person be our team, but really, no, let's put in creative opportunities. A one young person, who know I need to for and never think I will change or be the and son what you take advantage of. A honor and make a brand any ababa will be OT say you are responsible for whatever you want to become. But that responsibility, no, it comes with a certain price. The opposite obey we are the albert to me. The beer would be so and it's also ye be a the cassia, the papa be able to me. Now, so the chrono, a bobby of Sabuono, yen channel quatipa, also chia. And this is a person, me be a bear managing director, me say be a bear celebrity, me say be a bear millionaire, a yes. As long as Abiana is tied to the intent, I'm a boy. What discover the reason why you are around? No, there is a price tag for the chrono. Usually, notice how cost shop now far. There be a shop will be out to me far. When it meet the mood to me, shout me a BBA, but when you come, Abiana, a year shaft, yeah, almost a BB or why a class Abiana born. So, Fanas and Nebuano who knew a new year, I'll be to media chia. The also say, or some combat deal now, quite the different. And no, the price of discipline, the price of value. And so to me, yes, money, you can come back to it. Be beyond Honoma, to me, and the examples. And say, why not careful now? Didn't say. Me pesa me yan nenu we chine ya na de corner it take you obi 15 years 20 years enya no me pesa me yan na yes hwihwuma de bia na kosoro no hwihwuma de bia kosoro sa na e kano dia and say what me nya no kwati kwan a you can lose it also by kwati kwan and the young person be o tie me bia no let's forget for a moment even about what the politicians can do or cannot do. And begin to believe that there are 101 examples. And anybody or men what to always say about young people. You be more mentorship, you be more guidance, you be more training your man, a be more material factor or some fast way to do more draw. Young people no more gain cost on your manual. A be buana, the opposite this one is piano, a possible so between actually.
Wow. Wow. My say, of course, I know, sir, on your own and your organization, no, my maybe, I mean, and also the youth, no, bit may take advantage of in the next minute or two, so bit me acha.
I have a company medical and the ashes here. Obia, young person, more piano. One of the critical things about one with me is Adicano. And it's all being obia, Usanwa, or Chow Quine. They can't be a say. Now, per se, we be Binas a war Nantia, and your own rabbit in Antiaco. Now, per se, ubet near you su principle, so to me, cow here principles, made 200 meters or 7 years in Amici. But all person flyer, you can't be as all person to aeroplane and go forward, then go forward to aeroplane from instructor. And only a step, let's Hanoa press, Udiano. You see me away, no me, and you're so hot, and I because I didn't also me away. You have instructors and do your mentorship. Maybe also you'll be a leader. Your mentor, the wow. Then you mean Cadiano, you create a mentorship platform, and we here so be who me. over 70 different videos in different fields of topics. Then you have na Facebook and Instagram at mono wa bas wa kino online actually conforming your my tetisano. Oko YouTube and Nasa make say now Richmond Kwame Frimpong. You subscribe immediately you enroll into that virtual mentorship. And we will pick you up and we will guide you. Say, you can be guided to become. That is all I will recommend for the young person watching. You need a mentor. That mentor becomes like a feather. It becomes like a ladder. As a wood yaswa, or that as a sheha and sheha for her, you way, not with me, yeah. You'll be amazed that your life will turn around with or without any political support.
Richmond, my nase, Bibiania, Yabessia Babaji, Nimdia Bieda pa. Dr. Richmond Kwame Frimpong, and I'm a life coach and convener of the Exit Strategy Summit. And Motesi Adeno AD and Ekosiisen Sony, Haya Sempa FM, 5 minutes after 4. Lot of messages. I would read a few ones. Now, there is also a statement from the office of the former President John Dramani Mahama, Medibe Tuja Amamo. The Kasoa problems are multifaceted. The government, church, security agencies, society, etc. must play our roles well to bring some form of dignity and restoration. The town is so strategic that with the right attitude and value systems, a lot of good things will come out of Kasoa. Hashtag pray for Kasoa. Pastor Isaac Ano, resident minister, PIWC, Kasoa. Wow. So far, no, I was saying back Kasoa, Ebabestra one of these days. And I know what she mean. We say, Obi, from Allah we came and to him we shall return. May Allah have mercy on the young boy Ishmael Mensah and give her parents a comforting heart. The police must deal with the killers and the Okomfo or fake Malam who directed them to bring human parts for rituals. Abdul Karim, the political speaker from Wenchi Zango and Odiwe Abre. Our institutions are existing, but they are inept to discharge their mandate. If not, how can these teeming teenagers who haven't voted before, and it is even prohibited to watch some of the programs on TV, have no option to make it but to kill fellow human beings for money rituals? That's how far indiscipline, lawlessness, and failure of parental guidance have brought us. Walanyo Akwetia. Obi, I visited the deceased Ishmael's parent last night to sympathize with them. But to my surprise, both parents of the accused persons have left the hood to an unknown location because they fear for their lives. Obi, point of correction, please. Where the incident happened is not under Kasoa Asek, but rather Gas South. Okay, under the Kasoa Municipal Assembly, but under Gas South. Nana one, Ewa Kasoa, and on the way. But Nana one, thank you. This one says, Obi, morals should be instilled at home. But see, we have children, that's immature people, giving birth to children. What morals do they know? Have they practiced, are practicing that they can teach their wards? Ranking member, Ewa Belgium. And he again says, Obi, where are the playing grounds, that's children's parks, which our kids would play? Okay, we should play with our kids. All have become markets and church buildings. Currently, as my children are on holidays, I'm with them on the playing grounds, and I can tell you, they have revealed a lot to me as a father. As parents, we neglect our responsibility sometimes. We are all listening to you here in Belgium. Thank you, ranking member and all the people there. We say, okay, that's quite a lengthy one. But I'll say our resource persons have done very well today. Kudos to them. But importantly, from the few research, from my angle too over the years, the entire governance system in Ghana is not working. I don't want to use chaos and anarchy, but it's the duty of the president to ensure that our governance system as a state works. Sadly, nothing is working in Ghana anymore, and foreign criminals are even more comfortable using Ghana as their haven and home now. No sense of leadership and vision for us as a country. So no jobs, no employment, no money, etc. You wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, where am I? Our leaders are hiding behind a so-called bogus democracy and taking all of us for granted. At least in the military regimes, there were instant justice and no leader could be corrupt and misbehave in office for that long. So some were compelled to at least develop their countries in a way and without being overly corrupt too. The 1992 constitution is the main problem facing Ghana now, and it must be changed. Ghana is a developing country, and it's unwise to give all powers to Jubilee House in Accra. We compare ourselves to America in terms of democracy and governance, but our leaders forget that their governance system is decentralized, making it very easy and effective to administer the state. We must decentralize Ghana and share our resources and finances equally and equitably if only we want to see proper development and avoid waste too. Because of the few main points listed above, there is so much hardship, pure poverty and pure hunger. Human beings by nature cannot and must not sit and die out of hunger. There is therefore the need to struggle, and in the process, all sorts of criminalities and shortcuts come into play. Thank you. That's from... Okay. Well, I'm funny. Okay. Lawyer John Kwame Kwasin and Odiwe about lawyer. Thank you. Message is not a door, so but I'll come back to them now after you share etimiatwa. So Ekosiisen, it's some 10 minutes after 4. You bet tie we ya ba ye ba elder A&D wo ne 5th building block, which is godliness. Godliness. Ye beba ba bi di ho.